Bring in Amit Daryanini. He's fundamental research analyst at Evercore ISI. I mean, it's great to have you here. And why now? I mean, this is a stock that's pulled back, this week somewhat. But why is now the right time to add them to the outperform list?
Yeah, our take on why this is a good time to add it to that fund list is really you're just at the onset of the iPhone 5G cycle, which our take is what Apple is going to show you is this iPhone demand can stay stronger for longer. It's not just a one-quarter thing. I think this could be a multi-quarter narrative for them. So the pullback over here creates a really interesting opportunity to own this name as I think not only December, but really March and June, you could have 3/4 of really good iPhone demand out of them over here.
So there's, a lot of talk about just how many phones could be part of this replacement cycle, and a lot of excitement about how big that number might be. What's your expectation? Do you think the company will give any guidance today that might add some color to that?
Wow, that may be the $101 billion question. Do you actually get a guide out of Apple? They haven't given you a guide for a couple of quarters. You're getting into, sustained uncertainty, elections. My gut, they'll give you qualitative stuff, but they will refrain from providing an explicit guide. That's my gut right now. But I do think what they're going to talk about is the fact that iPhone demand is completely sold out, and they themselves want to be very clear if they can actually meet this demand that's out there, i.e. the supply is, not keeping up with demand. To the extent they have commentary around there, and then you have the Pro Max and Mini coming out in a few weeks, our take is you end up with a strong December and an equally good March, and you could look at fiscal 21 for them as a year where iPhone units could be up double digits, 10 to 12% range.
There's a lot of other issues that we'll be looking to hear about: services, China demand, profit margins. What's most important for you?
I would say beyond the qualitative revenue commentary on iPhone, two things that will matter a lot. I think gross margins could be a big wild card. Typically, when Apple has launched so many new phones, and this is a bigger launch than typical, gross margins tend to take a bit of a downtick. So that would be one thing we'd watch for. That could be a concern. The second would be the health of all the other products that they have, right? If you remember last quarter, iPhone was not so great. It was the Macs and iPads and the other hardware that really carried the day. Sort of the strength in that trend line and how well that sustains would be the other thing I would be focused on.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it. On a pretty strong session for Apple, a 4% gain going into those results.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.